Hello, Cancer. I'm Ulrich. I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do your classic Lenormand card reading for the month of June. We have no preset goals. We just follow the cards as they come. But mostly, if we follow the cards, a topic that is important for you is very soon to come out. So, Cancer, here I go for your classic Lenormand card reading for the month of June. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your classic Lenormand card reading for the month of June. As your first card here on your person, we see the ring. The ring is a card of balance. We need to keep the balance. If we have made certain promises to certain people in our life, we need to keep these promises because the ring likes to keep its promises. This is what we are seeing here. Relationships also will be important for you. We see the child and the man there. So if you're a woman, it means that your relationship with your partner is important, or a partner or a man is important in your life. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, in general, whatever your orientation is, here we see also that the partners and the children are very important in our life. Possibly there are several important relationships in our life. This is what we are seeing here. If you have promises made, you need also to honor, respect these relationships here. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe some changes were, some promises were made for making certain changes. And if we do so, we need to, of course, keep our word. But we will see later how this turns out. Anyway, also we see that the ring is round, so it's possible that certain promises that we are made, we are pointed to these responsibilities, or these responsibilities somehow would return to us. This is what the ring also tells us. Then the central card here is the ring. Is the child. The child is that something new is about to begin. It also tells us that children are important in our life. If not children, it can also be creativity that is important in our life. Something new is about to begin. It's also possible that we make certain agreements about children. This is also what we are seeing here. Sometimes also it points that we agree to starting a family, or we do some family planning. It's also possible that we attend our inner child more, if you see this more from a spiritual point of view, that we attend more attention to our inner child. We take new steps in certain directions. These steps could also involve a certain partner or a man in this case, but we do a general reading. So this could also be as a woman. It could be that you make the first steps towards a woman also, because this is a general reading. What we see here also, if there are certain changes that we need to make, we need to approach things a little bit playful, harmonious. Don't take it too heavy. If you approach it in a light way, it will be more easy to adjust to certain things. But children could be quite important in our life, creativity or partnerships. Then we're gonna go mirror the corner cards. We have the ring and sit here, the ring and the sit here. It's possible that you have promised certain things to change in this relationship, or you have promised to end a relationship. This is what we are seeing here. I'm going to immediately into that. Why I'm saying this, we have the snake here, and the snake is a card that we or our partner could have been involved previous in another relationship, or there was a kind of triangle relationship. Maybe we made promises about that, because the snake is always pointing to triangles, to triangle relationships. So we need to be careful here. If we have made certain promises to end something in relationships, we will be pointed out to these promises. It's also possible that we keep these promises and suddenly we end with this previous relationship. This is what we are seeing here with this card. Anyway, it's possible that we initiate or we communicate about to a certain partner about this breakup, and this breakup probably will take place. It's possible that it's not easy for one of both partners here, the man or the woman, because we have the mountain here, and the mountain tells us that it's easy for making this breakthrough, for ending with this relationship. Maybe there are some complications here with this combination of cards. Anyway, there could be a kind of distance, divorce. We cut off ourselves from certain partners because we made promises. This is what we are seeing here. If you are in certain business contracts, it's possible that if the contracts are flexible, if you have agreed to flexibility in the contract, it's possible that this flexibility or these choices in the contract suddenly end. Suddenly we have no choice anymore. And this could cause certain difficulties and maybe even losses. So we need to attend this immediately. If there are changes in the contract, we need to steer immediately in a new direction for avoiding certain losses. This is very important to do especially if it's in business, if it's in business contract. If you don't make the adjustments, maybe the contract is terminated. This is what we are seeing here. This could be quite direct with this combination of cards. If you were not looking for a relationship and you were intertwined with a person, this points that suddenly we have a relationship. We are suddenly out of one and we make another choice and suddenly we are in a new one. This is possible also. So since we have this card here, this is the card of choices. So it's difficult to make a certain clear direction because you're literally on the crossroads and you need to make choices, several choices, and maybe these choices are returning. Maybe you have made identical choices in the past. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination, but something can agree, something can split here. If we have made certain things in a certain direction, we will reap what we have sought here with this combination. It requires your attention here. This is what we are seeing here with these combination of cards. What you can also do, if this involves the work, Venus, she likes to share. And if this is on the contractual front, by sharing your difficulties, it can ease your stress. This is what we are seeing here also. So if you don't know to do it alone, the ring likes to cooperate. And this cooperation might bring something new. So it might not be a bad thing because the ring, he likes to cooperate or she likes to cooperate. This is the Venus card and they like to cooperate. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. Then we're gonna mirror the bottom cards, the snake and the person card. So this is you as a man or as a woman here. We need to be careful here if we have a certain partner that everything is correct. As I told you here already, specifically with the snake, we need to be very careful. We need to be careful that this partner or one of the partners that is intertwined with us, or they are intertwined with somebody else, that there is no two-facing. As I said, this is triangles. So we need to be careful here that this man or this woman don't have a focus on somebody else. This is like, we use certain means to come to a certain end, and the relationship might not be the priority or the objectives. So be careful if you have certain people around us. If you are not aware that you have competition, but let's presume you are not married and you are engaged. Here we can be sure if we are not realizing there is a triangle relationship. If not we, it's the partner who has somebody else. This is what we are seeing here. We need to be very careful here because there could be a rival here. If you are married, this could mean to an illicit affair that we are confronted with here. In another way, this points to jealousy, and this jealousy, if you are married, if it's not about that, then it's possible also that this triangle relationship, if you get to know this, that this leads to jealousy. So this is what we are seeing here also. There's a kind of possessiveness here. Some partners are very possessive. Possessiveness is jealousness, and this could complicate the situation even more. But make sure here you and this partner or this other woman or this other man, there is an intelligent game here going on here. These people are intelligent, they are seductive. This is what we are seeing here. The snake can be very focused if she wants something. This is what we are seeing here. She keeps quiet, the snake keeps quiet till she actually can strike. And if she strikes, she actually is sure that she can, because if she feels a threat, she will withdraw. So the snake waits. And here we see with the mice that this waiting could be longer than foreseen. If there are certain relationships if you have a certain relationship and you get to know about this, that your partner would be in triangles, you need to check the details. If you don't know where it is, the clue is in the details, because the mice are details. If you don't want to attend this, if you don't care that your partner is in a triangle relationship, sometimes with the mice, we need to be careful for losses. So be careful. If you don't attend, these problems can grow. One mice becomes 5, 5 becomes 20, and you know where this is going. So you will need to attend if you want or not, because these other people could have other motives. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. This points to very goal-oriented people here. It's possible that if you get to know that your partner is in a triangle relationship, you want that both of you go your own way, and you suddenly, as I said, you could start something else or a new relationship. Then we're going to go in horizontals. We have the ring and the crossroads here. It's very simple. This you see here immediately that you will need to make choices about relationship. These choices can come quite suddenly. You did not expect, and suddenly you need to make a choice. Or the partner suddenly makes a choice in the relationship. If you're not in a relationship, it's possible that you didn't expect in relationship. It's like you go in a certain street and the partner is there, and suddenly you're in a relationship. So that's then the other side. But with the snake, if you're suddenly in a relationship, be careful. Tread lightly, move slowly, look around you, because you have the central card here. We could be a little bit innocent here, so be careful if you go in a relationship, because something is going on here. With the snake, we need to be careful. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, we see here also that this, as I said, this is the beginning of the relationship, but try to stay independent. Sometimes the crossroads like to be a little bit independent before you make your definitive choice, but there will be a choice in partners, or there could be a choice in marriage, in relationship. This is what we are all see here. The ring is a deliberate card, so it deliberates where to go. So probably you will first deliberate, and you come in front of the crossroads, and you think that maybe I'm going to wait with this whole thing a little bit, but suddenly you need to make a choice and you cannot deliberate anymore. So this is what we are seeing here. And we have the mountain here. This could be a difficult choice, a heavy choice that we need to make here. We need to choose for a certain path here with this combination, but we will try to delay it. We will try to delay it, but maybe it's not possible. Then we have the crossroads and the sit. As I said, suddenly this ends. There's a sharp ending. We or the partner will be decisive if you are in any form for relationship. Sometimes also, I'm gonna give another angle here. If you're on the road for your job, be careful, because sometimes we could be confronted with certain things on the road. Maybe there's a small thing here that you get engaged in. This can point to small accidents here. There's nothing big here, but there could be, like, maybe somebody hits your car or something like that. We need to be a little bit careful where we walk. So be careful where you walk, because maybe look around you. That is the general consensus here. But there could be certain decisions here. Suddenly you decide this will be a painful decision for you or for the partner or for both, because the sit is a knife, it cuts, so it could be quite painful. I'm not saying necessarily physical pain, but it could be, but mostly it hurts us emotionally. We know Cancer is a very sensitive sign, so it could emotionally hurt you. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. If you have several alternatives, also at a certain point you will limit your alternatives to one. So you will make a choice. And this is a free will decision. This is a choice that you make. But remember, if you make a free will decision, whatever you think is the best, this will also have consequences. So we have free will, but we have also the consequences of the free will. So this is what we are seeing here also. That is the bouquet. Then we have the bouquet, the child and the mountain. The bouquet and the child here, probably there is a teenager in our life, somebody younger. This is what we are seeing here. The person could be quite pretty or handsome, if this is a mostly this points to a boy, but not a girl, but it's not necessary. This points that the person or our children are quite handsome or pretty, because we have all Venus cards here. So the person would be quite pretty. It's possible that they have some kind of difficulties with accepting that they are pretty or handsome, because we have the mountain here. But this is a temporary situation, maybe that they're undergoing. We know that teenagers, they have all kinds of changes in emotions, hormonal, and this is probably a temporary situation, what we are seeing here. This is also in another way, on a personal way, then on your person. This could also mean that you initiate, you start a new creativity, because this is the card of creativity. So it's possible suddenly you undertake something, or you choose for undertaking creativity, but it might not be easy. But this creativity, the other side, could be connected, because it's the card of the internet. It could be connected to the internet, that you do something creative on the internet for related to relationship, related to beauty, related to harmony. It could be that you do something like that here. This is what we are seeing here. The mountain sometimes also refers to other city. If it's not on the internet, somehow your hobby or your creativity is related to another city. For some people, it could be that this hobby is related to abroad. So there are, because the mountain is also sometimes related to abroad. But if you are not into that, it's possible that's on the internet or another city. Anyway, here we see also that we show kindness to our child. Probably we give our child some compliments. If it's doubting, maybe it's undergoing some stressy situation. And here we see that we compliment our child. We try to find the balance here. This is what we are seeing here. We see literally here a flower girl here with this combination of cards. Sometimes also it means that we throw a party for the child. This is possible also with this combination of cards. There, it's possible that we give some benefits to our child. If you would have a child, sometimes also this points to birthdays. It's possible also with this combination. Anyway, we are very grateful that for the way maybe this child looks, or the way this child acts. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. Then we have the child and the mountain. The child and the mountain, it tells us we go in a new chapter of our life. It might not be easy, this new chapter here, but also if we are creative, maybe we are still on the crossroads in the search exactly how we're going to implement, and we still need to find the exact road where we are going. Maybe there are several options in this new creativity that we have, and we have not determined the details yet. Because here we have the details here, so it's possible that several options are coming to you regarding to your creativity. Sometimes also this points that we are visiting more often another city, that we are more frequently on the internet, or that we frequently or more regular contact with abroad. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. But these are small difficulties. If we are confronted with certain difficulties, the difficulties are small. The child is small, so they are not very big problem here with this combination. But we could not literally see where we are going with our creativity. Of cards here. In another way, if our child is studying or it has a certain education, it could also have problems with schooling. So maybe certain things or certain aspects of the study are not easy. So maybe we need to help here with this combination. Then we have the third horizontal line, we have the snake, the mice, and the person card. The snake and the mice here, it points to envy. It could be you that are envious, or somebody is envious to you. So we need to be careful here. Probably there's a lot of feelings involved. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also we need to be careful with this combination of cards for not going a little bit under the weather. Sometimes this points to flus also that we are seeing here. In another way, if our environment where we are living is not too organized, this point that we need to organize our home, the place where we are living here. This is what we are seeing here. We need to find the balance, because it influences our mind. So see that your home environment is balanced out. This is what we are seeing here. Be careful if you come in certain situations that are related to stress, viruses. Also, this is viruses, this combination. Attend it, take medication, because the mice, if we don't attend the problem, it turns out to be bigger. So this is what we are seeing here also with this combination. But there's a lot of medicine in the world here. You don't need to necessarily do what the governments tell you to do. There's a lot of medication for healing, but this could be a simple flu also with this combination. Anyway, also on my Facebook chat, the site, you can find certain things related to the viruses and angles that maybe protect you on the long run if you don't feel safe with pressure of the governments here. So be careful also with that, because we are not knowing on the long run where all this thing is leading, because there are some very big problems that do seem to be appearing related to the medication, to the jabs here. We see that everything is appearing now on the internet. It's very confusing what these jabs all contain, and also the consequences. So be careful here also with that here. Anyway, we see here also that if it's on the job, maybe we're not so happy on our job. And it could be that we feel that our motivation is dwindling towards the job. We need to find a balance here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also we are literally confronted with lies. Lies could be upon us. Maybe we believe it because we want to keep the balance, but it's possible that our partner, somebody in our environment, is lying to us. This is what we are seeing here. We need to be careful. If you come in contact or on the through media and you see certain things on the media, don't believe everything you see in the media, because here this combination, it points that politicians, responsible governments, they lie. This is what is this combination here. This is then general here for Cancer, but it points that there is light to the people, and the people have losses because of that. You can interpret that in any way. Energetic loss, this is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. Then we have the mice and the person card. Be careful, as I said here, with announcements on TV, with announcements related to health. Be very careful here. Sometimes this points to illness due to medication. This is what we are seeing here. If you don't feel well, be careful. Think wisely before you take something here with this combination. It's possible we ourselves, then this is another angle, that we are confronted with a person that has taken wrong medication, and this person is ill about that. This is what we are seeing here. But there is a kind of stress here in the whole situation. There are doubts here that we are seeing here. It's possible that our energy is stolen here also. This is what we are seeing here with this combination on a literally front. Be careful if you leave somebody in your house that you trust from your heart, that this person is honest, because sometimes it also points that certain things are disappearing. So check out your house. Be careful who you let in your house here, because sometimes also this points to theft. If this is general, be careful that your doors are always closed here if you go out. Some people who are very jealous, they could try starting spying on their partner. Maybe you follow, and this is also what this points to. This is what we are seeing here. You could literally lose weight because of a stressful situation, maybe because you're envious, maybe because you're jealous, or the other one is jealous. Is the situation is reversed. Be careful, because you could be spied on. Somebody could literally follow you in certain areas of your life. So be careful, because this all happens in secrecy. The snake is a very smart card, and with the mice, you cannot notice it. But it's like here, we are more observed, and the snake is very good in observing. And this following you could lead to certain losses and problems. So be careful here also. This is then the other angle that we are seeing here. Be careful if you have precious jewelry, precious objects, because we have the ring there, that you see that your jewelry or your precious things that are close to you, if it's not jewelry, something that is close to you, something that you have emotional value to, see that these things are not disappearing, because they could disappear. Maybe the other partner is jealous, or you are jealous, and things are disappearing here. So be careful if you're emotionally attached, or you have emotional attachment to certain jewelries here, because they could also disappear. So be warned here. Then we have the ring, and we're going to go in the verticals now. The ring, the bouquet, and the snake. The ring and the bouquet, it tells us here that if we come, so this is the line of the near past. This is the now, and this is the future. So here, this is very close to you. It's possible that if you had a relationship, or you end a relationship here, the next one could be very fruitful. As I said, the ring is returning, but this could be a person that is not totally unknown for you. Maybe you have been connected to this person before, and maybe the same problems that you had before will return. And these problems, I already said, this could be a problem from triangle relationship. So be careful, because the snake and the bouquet, and this is a very good combination for clouding up a situation for another person. So if you are engaged with somebody or intertwined with somebody, it's possible that this partner, he puts you in a fog, in a mist, and you cannot see what is going on. And it's like you're in heaven, but actually it's something totally different. In another way, if you go from one relationship in another, move slowly, because it might be better to move slow. The snake, maybe something is going on, or if something is not ended yet out of the past. So be aware here of that here. In a positive way, this means if all things out of the past are ended, there's a new focus on relationship. For business and work, this is very good, because if you have business or work, this work or this business could have to do with beauty, with relaxation, with harmony, with sweets, with chocolate, whatever here, because these are Venus cards here that we are having, and you could have a very strong focus on that, and probably also you will advance in that. There's a new advancement here in that. This is what we are seeing here. This is very good for contracts and things like that here. Certain proposals may make to you here for business. This is what we are seeing here. We see also a lot of social contacts, because the ring makes a lot of social contacts here. We will also promise, if we didn't visit certain people before, we will promise to visit more, and we probably will stay focused on that. Maybe we neglected certain things a little bit here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, the group of people that you are coming in contact here, it's like you have a shared taste. This is what we are seeing here. There's a kind of cohesion here with this combination. Be careful, as I said, if the relationship is new, that you don't glorify it before you're sure. So be careful also with that. Then we have the bouquet and the snake here. This is a very diplomatic combination. Here we see that if we have a certain relationship, we are very tactful. It's possible that we need to keep something secret in business, because the snake tells us to be quiet. It tells us to move in business before we have all the facts. The snake is a very patient card, and Venus, she makes the balance. So you will be very patient and balanced for reaching certain goals in your life. Be careful that certain people will not try to get their way with you. But the bouquet is a positive card. So the spell, as I put it that way, could be broken because of Venus. Nonetheless, we need to be careful. We know this here, but there could be a lot of charm in your life. A man could be very charming in your life. And because this person, you are so attracted to him or her, because the snake is attraction. We cannot exactly place it. What is it that makes us so attracted to this woman or this man? We cannot exactly place it. And it's difficult to find this out with the snake. It's like something and it is there, but we cannot exactly know what it is. But also sometimes this points to sensual and even sexual attraction. This is what we are seeing here. But for one of both, this could be more superficial. This could be more glitters, but there is jealousy here in the relationship. Could be complications. The lover could be jealous. You could be jealous here. But probably you get intertwined in sensuality or sexuality. This is what we are seeing here. New things will come to you. This is what we are seeing here. In some areas, also some new beginnings. If you're younger, new beginnings, maybe first sensuality. This is what we are seeing here. Or you go in the next step of sensuality, whatever that may mean to you. But there's a harmony here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, probably you will get a lot of compliments due to the way you look, because there's charm here upon us. We get charmed, we get invitations because we look good, because we take care of ourselves, and people here will give you compliments, and you literally get, with this combination, invitations for sexual engagement. This is what we are seeing here. Also, if you want a certain person, certain man or woman, it's possible also that we are the charmer. And then here, with this combination, you could literally charm this person in the way you want them to be, and you will get what you want. This is what we are seeing here. Here also, we also expect this person to love us. There's a craving here, because the snake can make a very big craving, a longing. She's very focused on love here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. If you have a social life on the work front there, you will see that you adapt here for evolving in your social circles. Then we come in the second vertical line. We have the crossroad, the child and the mice. We go in a new direction in our life. We are very ambitious, very focused. We know what our destination is. This is what we are seeing here. Probably you have been waiting for this, you have been patient, and maybe you think now it's the time. Certain situations in your life you might observe as fruitless, and it's best if they are fruitless, especially if we make losses in certain areas on our life, on business. Maybe your business involves several things, and the things that are not fruitful, it's best to let them go, because they cause you losses and stress. So if you see that in your business, it's time maybe to let go of these things. If you kept them for a long time, you should consider, you should deliberate if it's not better to let this go. However, I turn it here, new opportunities, because the child is new opportunities will come to you. We'll be also able to travel more. A lot of us, there will become more openness now. Governments become more tolerant, especially for people who have engaged with the government oppressed to us for several years now. And it's possible then, if you are in that stage, you will be easy to travel. But also for people in general, there could be more opportunities. But it's possible if you travel, especially if this has faraway destinations, there is some losses. You need to bring some offers, or there are some delays. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. Anyway, there is exciting opportunities here. We could leave a certain situation also and go to abroad, maybe with this combination of cards. But maybe you're a little bit inexperienced in travel. This is possible also. With this combination, it's possible that we travel with family members. This is possible also. In another way, this is a totally different angle now. As I said earlier, for some reason, you could decide to have children. But be wise also, especially if you're not sure of this partner. Be careful here with this combination. In another way, be careful if you come in contact with a partner and you use something to protect you. And this protectiveness, make sure that everything that has protected you is gone after you had the contact with this person. Because sometimes also we need to be careful that things are not happening behind our back. So be careful here that if you protect yourself, that everything is gone, that later on, even though you protected yourself, that you are somehow intertwined in pregnancies, because there are many ways. So if there are certain protections that you use, see they are definitely gone and that they can no longer be physically touched. So be careful here also with that. Also, if you're a man also. So see, if you protect yourself, you engaged with a certain partner, that the protection that you have used, it's gone. It can no longer be physically touched. Be careful here with this combination. Anyway, what we see here also, that certain decisions that we will be making, if we would decide to have a child, we need to see if we are already there, because the child, sometimes it can make decisions that are maybe based on emotions. We need to think wisely if this is what we want, but because maybe for now you're not equipped for this step. So be careful here with this combination. Then we have the child and the mice. At a certain point, we could be confronted if we go out. We could be confronted if we travel with somebody, if somebody is in our life. It's like this person could dampen our enthusiasm. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. We need to see if people are around us that are in a very negative mood, that we take distance of these people, because they could dampen your enthusiasm with this combination of card. Also, make sure if you take certain steps in your life, if you engage with somebody on the sensual front or on the sexual front, make sure, deliberate wisely if this is what you want, that afterwards you don't have regrets. So be careful here also with this combination. Make sure this is the right person for you for doing so. Something here literally comes off the ground here, as we see. On the job front here, this is then as I said, there could be a certain project that we are starting here with this combination. If you have children, as I said earlier, also your children could experience some problem, some energy losses. This is what we are seeing here. It's also possible that you are confronted with child diseases like measles or something like that, that your children are confronted with that. It's not really dramatic here, but as we know with children, sometimes we get confronted with measles or things like that, child diseases. Then we're gonna go in the third vertical line. We have the sit, the mountain, and the person card. The sit and the mountain here. It tells us that if there were problems, suddenly we will make an end to this problem. This is the end of problems. We break free. If we had chains, if we had things that we dragged around, we will cut with them. We will cut them off. This is we as a person, we will cut the difficulties off. This is the futures line. So you will do this in this version. And you could do this quite merciless. Maybe you're surprised of yourself. You're so hard. But maybe you're emotionally involved and you say, now it's enough. This is suddenly we cut off here with this. We could be literally merciless here for ending certain things in that, because we want to be free. We feel maybe that the balance is broken, that the balance is no longer there. But it could also ourselves, it could stun us a little bit because we are so strict. This is what we are seeing here. And we could stay away also from certain people here. This is, we suddenly decide, and then there is a slower process coming here that is coming in our life. Something is changing here. This is what we are seeing here. If we take certain risks, be careful. These are very unsure economical times. Be sure that you are in the right business, because sometimes this points also that we take certain risks in another city, in abroad. Be careful. Deliberate the contracts, the jobs that you are something for business. Be wise about it. Be wise about it, because we need to consider here. There's a lot of responsibilities here. If you take certain steps, probably they come with a lot of responsibilities, and we need to be careful if we take these responsibilities upon us that we can carry them, that they don't lead to certain losses. Don't bloom yourself, don't put yourself in the cloud. Be realistic if you do business. Double check all the facts and make sure that this contract, this work is safe for you. This is what we are seeing here, because this will be something on the long run. If you take the step and these responsibilities somehow don't work out as you expected, you could have responsibilities for a long time that literally stick to you. So be careful here with doing so. There could be certain risks involved. We just see if we can, we have the mountain and the man here. Here we could be confronted confronted is not the right word. If there is a certain partner in our life, sometimes this points to a foreigner, a person that is from another culture, that has different roots, sometimes a different skin color that we are seeing here. The person, the man or the woman that you are engaging could be like that. They could come from abroad and things like that here. Someone from abroad here could coming into your life, and suddenly this person is in your life. Maybe you're not looking for it. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe this person was also blocked for a long time in abroad, and he's back. He's back now, or suddenly he comes from abroad for some reason, and suddenly he's there, and he's there in your life. He could be also been a long time in a remote area. This is possible. He or she, if this is a woman, she could have been in a long time in a remote area, or maybe it was not possible to move, because with the mountain, sometimes we cannot move. If this is you yourself, it's possible also that you were not able to move for a very long time. But this ends because, as I said earlier, with the souplesse of the governments now that they implement here, we are able to move. Suddenly we can move, and suddenly we can make choices. But the choices that we are making could be stressful. Be careful here if you do so here. But we suddenly could be able to move here in certain areas of your life here. It's possible also with this combination that we decide to communicate less with a certain person. Like we have the feeling it's not the right time. Sometimes Cancer, they can be quite quiet, and maybe you think it's time to keep quiet for a while, because the mountain, it points to being alone, choosing for being alone. We withdraw ourselves literally in the mountain. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. If we are for instance, if we feel that we are overweight, sometimes also it means that we cut weight. We could literally be more active, move more, because the child is moving. So here we could see that we move more here for maybe losing weight. It's possible, or you do more sports. This is possible also, or you work with weights literally for getting some weight off. And of course, it will not apply, but it's possible with this combination. The person who comes in our life, the partner in our life, could be quite tall, because the mountain is tall, is big. So here, this is what we are seeing here. Or the partner that we attract, he decides to go in a diet. This is possible also with this combination. It could be a quite strict diet that you are choosing, quite strict here with this combination of cards. But try to keep the balance. Don't put too much pressure on your body, because with the ring, we need to be balanced. See that you have enough vitamins, especially here. We need to keep the balance with the ring. What we see more here, sometimes also with this combination, it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. It's like we refuse to make ourselves pretty, or we decide for a man to dress ourselves up. Maybe you're not in the mood. You're just very casual. This is what we are seeing here. You don't want to put on your very formal things here with this combination of cards. This is what we are seeing here. But for certain people in your life, you could be a little bit cold-hearted here with this combination. Sometimes also this points to the path of mastery. We learn certain things in our life for becoming a master, because the path is not easy. We learn a lot of things here, but think wisely before you take certain steps here. Before you move, don't be naive, as I said, especially in business, because these are not easy times. If you have advisors or if you have married, ask the opinion also of people that you trust, people that are close to you. If they, of course, if they have certain knowledge about business. It's no use if you ask to somebody who has no knowledge of business. But it's something else if the person has intuition and you are acquainted that this person has a very good intuition. If he's close to you, he or she is closest to you, that is, of course, is something else here. If we have a certain boss on our work, if we are not independent and we have a boss, we could feel that our boss is very strict to us. They put pressure on us. This could really be a harsh boss that we are having. This is like a little bit like we have the feeling that our boss is, or he or she is manipulating us in a certain direction, and we don't know where this is going. And we go from one difficulty into another, and you think to yourself, where is this going? It's like I'm a child here. What is going on here? But also at the same time, you learn a lot. And mostly something is going on. If you decide to go out there, in the future, you will have learned a lot. And this is a combination that you will have learned a lot, but mostly if we have learned a lot and we learn the lesson, and your boss is asked to give a reference about you after, the reference that they are giving will be positive because they are aware that they put this pressure on you. So if you decide to go out, your boss will give good reference, even though they made your life sour and hard. So this is then also a positive thing here that we are seeing here. It's possible also that we go in a strict yoga thing here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we're going to go in the cross. We just see if we can add something. The ring, the child, and the man, the ring, and the child. So we already saw a new relationship here with a man, but be careful. As I said here, new business contract, double check the fine print with the snake, double check the fine print always, because it's difficult times, as I see here, because there could be an agreement. If you are in a divorce or in a separation, there will be made some agreements about the children here. This is what we are seeing here about the child. Sometimes the snake is more than the crossroads is more than one. There will be agreements about the children. It might be, if you have children, that these decisions for finding the balance, it's not easy. We need to adjust to that here. We could even have some losses about that, but there's always loss if we go out of a relationship. This is what we are seeing here. Also, sometimes this is that we get guardianship. If you have no children, for some reason, you could choose to have a guardianship. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. You choose to parent or to do something in the relationship. This points also to new contract here. We make promises to our children here. Sometimes also it might not be easy to keep our promises. So we will need to do efforts. If we promise something to, let's say, to the law, to our children, we will have to do efforts to keep our promises. It will not be easy. And even the promises that you make, probably it will cost you. It will cost you for keeping these promises. This is what we are seeing here. Not necessarily financially, but there are some losses here with this kind of combinations. For the parent that has the children also, it can sometimes point that we rely on our children. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the child and the man. We could have the feeling that our partner is immature in this. This is possible also that they don't take enough responsibility. Or we ourselves, because we come in this new relationship that our children are taken away from us, we could be innocent in this new situation. This is then another angle here with this combination. What we see more here, we need to see that we are not too innocent here, but you could perceive your partner as not mature enough. This is what we are seeing here. In another way, if we go out of a relationship, as I said, somebody could suddenly approach you for a relationship and you did not expect this. Then we go in the other cross, the sit, the child, and the snake. sudden new beginning here. If you go in this relationship, this could cause problems. Be careful here. Also for your children, if they were rather innocent, rather playful, these changes that are coming, it's like they suddenly grow up and they have difficulties with this change of relationship. This is mostly like that, but we see it here. Maybe if you have two, one child will adjust, the other one will have more problems with it if you have two. This is what we are seeing here. They could feel a little bit hurt because of this separation here with this combination. If your child has a lot of energy, if they are very energetic, be careful here also that you put some limitations on them here, because sometimes this points to very active children here that we have. Maybe children, they like to take risks, they like to, they are very adventurous here, they are very energetic, but be a little bit careful here with this, because these children, they are very, if your child is like that, they are very focused here on certain areas of life, maybe very energetic here with this combination of cards. Anyway, be careful, take a look out for them if they are very active here. This is what we are seeing, but mostly this points that the children are obligated to grow up soon, because maybe because of the changes, certain contracts will be changed, certain agreements will be changed if you go in if you decide to part ways. Then we have the child and the snake. Sometimes also this is another unpleasant angle here that we are having here. It's possible that your partner is manipulating the children for certain areas. So be careful, be aware of that here. And this manipulation, indirectly, it has an effect on you. This is what we are seeing here. If you had a long time no contact with a person, or you decided that you didn't want any intercourse, or you didn't want any sensuality or sexuality, this could mean that once you go out of this relationship, suddenly there's an urge for that. You feel relieved and you want it now. You think, I feel liberated, I'm going into that now. This is what we are seeing here. And as I said, somebody could seduce you, but be careful, because it's the snake here. It could be very active and very deep going, very energetic, but be careful where this is going. Observe the situation very clearly here. This is what we are saying here. Don't be naive here. You could have experienced some feelings that you didn't experience before. And be careful with these feelings, these emotions that don't lead to deceiving yourself. Be careful here with this combination. Sometimes it means that we are taken advantage of in certain areas. So be aware also with this combination. Also, be careful that certain people or your partner might not take advantage of a certain situation related to your children in his or her advantage. This is what we are seeing here also with this combination. There could be a certain manipulation here with this combination, but we ourselves, as I said, we could choose for the first interaction with a partner. It doesn't matter what age we are. You could already be more mature, but we choose for going into this here. But we could be quite inexperienced. But with the snake, it's possible that it's that your experience is growing very fast here. We learn a lot in a short time. So Cancer, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of it. If you have interest in financial card readings, you can find also the philosophical financial card readings. And then we have the spiritual card readings. Of course, they are more like guides into your life. If you put the three together, you have a very good overview for the month to come. Anyway, Cancer, I want to thank you for your time you spend on my channel. Thank you for considering subscribing, and we see each other next time. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.